Ni hao fine shits. It's your boy Quinncluded. Why the fuck did I say it like that? It's me Quinncluded back with some more slop content. This is actually the video that I wanted to make when I ever was like, I should figure out how to record my screen and like get a mic and like do some bullshit. Because a while ago now, I don't know, I didn't look when, but like some months ago, one of the VTubers from Hololive that I am an enjoyer of did a video called like, I rank the top 100 anime on my anime list for my birthday, and you can't disagree with me because it's my birthday. So, you know, something like that. So I was like, I didn't even watch that video, or that stream rather, because I was like, hey, that's a good idea. I'm going to steal it, and it's going to be a Quinncluded video, XD. So that's what we're doing right now. Let's just get right into it, I guess. It's a basic, I got your normal 5 tiers here of S, A, B, C, D. And then I added my own of like, this is something that I will watch. They all, like, haven't seen as the catch-all, but will watch and won't watch / I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Are, like, you know, these are both part of this, but like more like, ooh, I pinky promise you I will watch it or I won't. So, unfortunately, I couldn't get, like, this is number 1 and like this is number 100. I couldn't get it. I wanted, like, I sure would love it to be flipped, because that would have been easier for me instead of having to scroll all the way to the fucking bottom. But number 100. Oh, also I should preface that the first time I was going to make this video, it was like a certain, like, I think everything that was here was still the top 100, but stuff was changed. So like, I think these were flipped and like whatever. So like, if I go into this tab to like double check names or something and it's in a different spot, don't worry about it. It doesn't matter, because it's probably all the same shit. I don't think anything new would have like broken onto the scene in the like I was gonna do this video last week and I didn't, so I doubt anything's changed in 1 week, or at least I fucking hope not. Otherwise this list is outdated and I'm not changing it, and I'll just go like, I don't know what this is if something I don't know is off the list. But okay, so at number 100 we have the Disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya, which is the movie / I think ending. No, it is the ending, because there's no season 3, and this is after season 2. The ending movie to the melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, and it's pretty cool that, like, I'm a little sad it's only number 100 because I really like this movie. So I'm a little torn on whether or not I want to. Let's travel on up so that I can get into the list. Okay. Go there for a second. And I'm a little torn between like S or A. So I'll pop it in A for a second, then I'll just do a little yapping of like, I love this movie. I don't know what I actually ranked it. It's high. I would have to guess it's between like 8 and 10. Like, it's one of those. It's either an 8 and 9 or a 10. I remember watching this as a boy, as a young dude, where I remember I watched The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya. I loved it. And then later I found out this movie existed. And then in the movie they referenced the events of season 2. And I remember the main guy here in the middle, Kyon, he's talking about it and he references it. And I'm like, that never happened. But I maybe those are just some adventures that happened off screen. And then I found out later that there was a season 2. That's like infamous, because season 2 is the Endless 8, where they aired 8 episodes in a row that were, it's a time loop season where every episode is basically the exact same, except maybe in one scene. Like, oh, during the Endless 8 they go to the beach, so in like Endless 8-1 Haruhi's in a yellow bikini, but then in Endless 8-2 Haruhi's in a fucking red one. You know, it's dumb shit like that where people were like, you know, like, I think like it was like Endless 8-1, oh, like that's the episode, and then Endless 8-2 airs and people are like, did they fuck up and air the same episode again? But then, you know, there's 8 of them, so like people were catching on like, this is crazy. And it's pretty divisive, because I think most people don't actually like fuck with that. I remember, I do agree that when I watched it, it was like kind of boring to binge watch. To be honest, I feel like it was probably easier to watch it as it was airing, where like, oh, it's just the same episode again. And realistically, if you weren't watching it on TV, if you're watching it on the internet, Sailing the High Seas, you could just skip a week, which I guess would be shit if you're like, oh, Haruhi's my favorite fucking show ever. But I like the Endless 8. I realize I'm not even talking about the movie. The movie's great. It's like 2 hours long. I remember when I saw that, when I watched it, I was like, damn, 2 hours. I could be playing so much Devil May Cry 3. But fuck it. I love this movie. I'm going to put an S. I mean, the number one thing on the list is going S. Ideally, you know, whenever I watch Taylor's videos, I'm like, wouldn't it be great if S was like special? But, you know, is it so hard to let love into your heart and have everything on the list be an S? Alright, let's keep going. Next on the list is the Bunny Girl movie, which, to scroll up, I'm going to put that in. I'll put it in haven't seen, because I did start Bunny Girl, but I only watched a handful of episodes, and they were all really good, so I'm going to go watch the TV show Bunny Girl. But I'm not, like, am I going to watch the movie after? Like, if the whole show is as good as the episodes I've already seen, then honestly, probably. So maybe I should move it to Will Watch. But, you know, like I said, Will Watch and haven't seen, it's all the same shit. I'll put in Will Watch, because, you know, I probably will. Then we got Delicious in Dungeon. And I'm a little, you know, I don't know where I want to put this, because I'm gonna, do I put it in A or do I put it in B? Because I like Delicious in Dungeon a lot, but not a lot. Like, it seems like people, like, love Delicious in Dungeon, like S tier, love Delicious in Dungeon, which I think I made clear when I reviewed it, of like, oh, a lot of people are giving this like 10s or like 11 out of 10s, but to me it's just like an 8 or a 9. So I think I'll put it in B, and then later if I'm like, nah, dude, this needs to be higher, I'll come back to it. Next is Berserk. Let's go. So Berserk, this is another one of like, I haven't seen it. I know, that's sacrilege in the weeb community or whatever. But I don't know if it will watch. It is old, which makes me not want to watch it, because old automatically equals bad. We all know that. Berserk to me seems like, oh, I would rather read it, because that's what people talk about. They don't talk, if they're talking about the anime for Berserk, they're talking about the 2016 adaptation, which everyone hates. I never hear people talk about this version of Berserk. So I'll keep it in haven't seen, because I don't want to be like, I'm definitely going to watch Berserk. I feel like I'll definitely get to reading it one of these days, but I'm not rushing to watch whatever this is. Oh shit, it broke up. I have to look up the name for this one, because I don't know what it is. So let's put it in haven't seen right away, because I don't know what it is. What is it? Natsume Yujincho Roku. Natsume's Book of Friends Season 6. Takashi Natsume has grown accustomed to his encounters with yokai through the Book of Friends, which contains the names of yokai whom his grandmother Reiku Natsume has sealed in contracts. These encounters allow Natsume to better understand the yokai, Reiko, and himself. The Book of Friends is a powerful tool that can be used to control yokai. It is sought after by both yokai and exorcists alike. Natsume just wants to live out his daily life in peace, but is constantly disrupted by these experiences. If he is to end this torment, Natsume must explore more about the book and the world of exorcism, as well as begin to open his heart to those who can help him. I'm low-key moved by this. That's, like, kind of beautiful. I think, you know what, it did say Season 6, so I'm going to keep it in Season 6. I think there might be another Natsume in his Book of Friends somewhere on the whole list, but, like, based on that, like, description, that sounds awesome. I might check that out. So if there's an earlier season, like if Natsume's Book of Friends Season 1, I'll put that in We'll Watch. But Season 6, I'm not going to commit to being like, I'm going to watch all 6 seasons. That's crazy talk. This is Made in the Abyss. I know Made in the Abyss is on here a couple times. Made in Abyss, Retsujitsu no Ogankyo. What's that? It doesn't say it. I have to open it. What do we got? Where is it? Why didn't it say it? Alternative title. Made in the Abyss, The Golden City, The Scorching Sun. Which, this is a movie? No, air date, July 6th. So it's a show. I don't know anything about Made in the Abyss other than I recognize the characters because people will post about knowing the characters, I'm gonna keep that one in haven't seen. And what are the odds? Because it is 100 things, so like you'll have to fucking forgive me that I haven't seen everything on this goddamn list. Haven't seen is just like a bajillion fucking things. Well, that's why these are here. I do want to watch Made in the Abyss, but this seems like it's a further season. So just like Natsume. We got Hajime no Ippo. Now, Hajime no Ippo, I'm putting that in will watch, because as far as I know, it's a boxing show. I think Hajime no Ippo stands for like Ippo the Fighting or something like that. I've seen some clips from Hajime no Ippo. It looks pretty cool. You know, I love shows where people fight. It makes my gorilla brain go like, ooh, 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 ooh. And then, yeah, I'll just move on. I don't have a whole lot to say about shit that I haven't seen. So, you know, boxing guy punch look cool. And then, looks like there's another Made in the Abyss thing. Haven't seen. What is it? Made in the Abyss movie 3. Yeah, okay, so I'll believe that. Oh, it looks like these were, like, not in the right order in my list. Whatever, it doesn't matter. But, you know, I'll leave that and haven't seen, because whatever. I would start Made in the Abyss from season 1. Haikyuu. What is this? Haikyuu. Haikyuu movie. Gomi Suteba no Kesen. The way I'm opening up every single one. This guy's never watched anime. He's a fucking fake weeb. He's lying. He's lying to look cool on the internet. What is this? Haikyuu. Synonyms. Haikyuu final movie. Haikyuu movie, The Dumpster Battle. Oh, this just came out. I remember... Oh, it came out a year ago. But I remember listening to a podcast with a bunch of guys that don't know shit about anime. But they were doing something where they were, like, drafting the movies of the year. And, like, whoever collectively had the best box office, like, won their little game. And I think one of them drafted this. Even though they didn't know what it was. They just kind of guessed it would do well. Which I think it did. I mean... It's the 92nd best anime ever made, according to my anime list user, so... I'll put that in will watch, although, as far as I know, all the Haikyuu movies are just, like, seasons of the show condensed into movie form, so if Haikyuu final movie is just like the last season of Haikyuu, I'm more than likely to either just read the Haikyuu manga or watch the whole show again, because I only watched the first 2 or 3 seasons, and I don't know how many there even are. Next we got Cyberpunk Goon Runners. I'm going to put that in will watch. I remember when this came out, it was very popular. Obviously, it's top 100 most popular shit ever. Oh my god. I really like the character designs, although I don't give a fuck about the video game Cyberpunk, or I think it's a board game originally, but... You know, I played Cyberpunk for like an hour and I bounced off it. It's just like not my kind of game. But, you know, hey, they turned it into anime, and my kind of thing is anime. So I'm definitely going to watch this. I just haven't ever committed. I know I've definitely downloaded it to my iPad a couple times, but I've never... Netflix will do a thing where it's like, hey, you downloaded this and then it's been 2 weeks and you haven't watched it. The downloads have expired, so delete them or renew them. And then eventually, you know, I'm like, well... I could renew them and watch them, or I could delete them to make rooms for 7 Deadly Sins, like a real big brain. Oh, it's Haikyuu again instantly. I see. What Haikyuu is it? Haikyuu second season. Okay, so I have seen that. Now, I did watch Haikyuu the first 2 or 3 seasons years ago, and my memory is failing me. I think... No. I don't remember. I don't trust my memory enough. I'm going to put it in C, because I like Haikyuu. I don't love it. My favorite scene in Haikyuu, though, I think it was from season 3, where... Although he's on the poster, so maybe it is this one. If it is this one, it deserves a B, but if it's not that one... So Glasses guy here is like a total bitchly, and he's like not a team player, even though he's in a team sport. Spoilers for Haikyuu, by the way. And there's a scene where he like finally lands like a block off a team that's like goated, and then after he lands the block, he like lets it all break down and he just starts screaming. Like he basically has a like "let's go" moment, and you know that shit's hype and aura. So you know it's awesome. We got Death Note. I haven't watched the Death Note anime in years. I read the manga a few years ago. I haven't watched the actual anime in Christ, has it been a decade? Am I old now? But Death Note, I remember watching it when I was like 11, 10, 10, 11, 12, that range of my life. And I loved it. And I think Death Note is like one of those like, hey, I'm trying to get an anime. What should I watch? And you would recommend Death Note. Although the last time I read it was definitely the least I've ever liked it. Like my whole life I would have been like, Death Note's fucking great, dude. Like 8 out of 10. You gotta watch it. It's a modern day classic. But now I read it and I really disliked how like these two guys on the poster were like omniscient, where it's like these two characters are really smart, they're geniuses, so obviously they know every single thing that would ever happen ever. So I think I'll slap it into C tier because I don't hate Death Note, but I'm never like, before I read it I definitely was always in the back of my mind like, dude, you should rewatch Death Note, wouldn't that be awesome? But now that I reread it and I liked it less, I'm kind of like, if I never read or watch Death Note again, that's fine. What the fuck is this? This is a crazy poster. Is it Bungo Stray Dogs? Bungo Stray Dogs 5th season, okay. I'll put that in haven't seen, not won't, or will watch, because that's like 5 seasons deep. I don't even know what Bungo Stray Dogs is about. Let me read. Let me do some literature. The armed detective agency is still on the run from the hunting dogs, but not all hope is lost. Detective Rongpo Edogawa has a plan to prove the agency's innocence and save the world from chaos. To find and capture Kamui, the leader of the terror organization Decay of the Angel. Okay, that sounds dumb as fuck. In order to determine Kamui's whereabouts, Ronpo and his colleague Atsushi Nakajima must convince Aochi Fukuji, the renowned captain of the hunting dogs, for amnesty. Although Fukushi was tasked with arresting the members of the agency, his past with the agency's president, Yukichi Fukuzawa, may be the key to earning his trust, but unbeknownst to them, Fukuchi might not be as honorable as he proclaims. Hang on. Fuck, the one thing I read, Natsume's Book of Friends, gave me like a general summary that I'm like, oh, I want to go watch season 1. This was like, oh, this is Bungo Dog Stray... Fuck. This is Bungo Stray Dog season 5. You'll just know everything about the earlier seasons, so we'll just describe what's happening in this season. But I don't. I don't know what Bungo Stray Dogs is. I recognize this guy, but that's about it. So I'm going to keep that in close the tab. Close the tab, though. I'm going to leave that in haven't seen. I'm kind of leaning towards won't watch, because that sounded not very good. I'm going to put in don't watch. Won't watch. Like, maybe if there's earlier seasons on the list, those could go in haven't seen or will watch, but like, what I just read kind of made me roll my fucking eyes. What Ping Pong the Animation. This is something I've always meant to watch. I'll put that in will watch. People are always glazed in this one, like, talking about how goated it is. I will say I'm a little off-put by the animation, how it's just, like, hyper-realistic. Like, not hyper-realistic, maybe not hyper-realistic, but, like, I've seen, like, other real drawings like this that look just like this. So, yeah, I think I tried to watch episode 1 once, but I didn't actually, like, sit down and watch it all. I think I gave up, like a coward. Next we got Kaguya-sama, Love is War. Is this season 1 or season 2? Kaguya-sama and Walk, blah blah blah. What is it? Oh my god. Are you season 1 or are you season 2? Tell me. It's season 2. I've never watched season 2. I didn't even finish season 1. I remember a couple of years ago now, that's going to go and will watch, because I started watching season 1. I assume this is season 1. And I loved it. It was very good. I was like, that was back when I was like, oh, I'll just review every anime I watch as its own video. And that very quickly became unsustainable, because I think I only did that for like 3 anime. I know I did Akira, I did Attack on Titan season 1, I did Ruko-chan title. That. And then after that, I didn't do any more. And then I started doing the big clump videos. But I will watch this. Very funny. Very, like, I try to avoid comedy anime, because I feel like a lot of time it's just like, the Japanese humor doesn't really hit. Like, I'm like, they're not doing giant chicken Family Guy fights. I can't giggle. But I did think Kaguya was very funny. Is this Natsume in his book of homies again? Natsume Yujincho Shi. I wonder if it has the same description. Natsume the Timid Yokai after... That's kind of... This is season 4. So I'm still gonna put that in haven't seen. You know, I'll put them together like they're friends. But, you know, season 6 sounded awesome. I will watch you. I changed my mind. We got Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan. Which season? Season 3. That's the season I was on, where I did my video on season 1, and then I watched season 2, and I was like, I gotta do my video, and then I never did. So then I started to watch season 3, and I was like, well, maybe I can just do a season 2 and 3 video at the same time. I watched a couple episodes of season 3, and then I didn't keep going for whatever reason that I, ascribed to myself. But I need to get back to that. When I do watch it, I think I'm just gonna start from season 1, watch the whole thing at one time. Although I do get bored if it's like really long and it's not One Piece. We got Gurren Lagann. It's been a long stretch of shit I've never seen. Well, I have seen. Well, hold on. Well, give me some credit. I've seen some of season 1 of this and some of this and some of this. I'd be watching Gurren Lagann. Let's put that in front of C. I don't remember Haikyuu, so I'm actually gonna move it down on the list. I remember in 2017, I asked a buddy of mine, like, hey, what should I watch anime-wise? Like, I'm kind of in a rut. And he told me to watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and Gurren Lagann. And the only thing I knew about Gurren Lagann was Kamina here says, like, believe in the me that believes in you. And that, the internet went buck wild over Kuming and thirsting over Yoko. And the row, fight the power, that song. Other than that, I knew... Oh, I know also, my drill is the drill that will pierce the heavens. That shit, I knew that. But basic storyline, I didn't know anything about. I think in high school, I would watch Mojo videos with my buddy, and I think there was one that it was like, at the end of Gurren Lagann, they're throwing galaxies, and I was like, that sounds cringe. I'm going to put it in C tier, because I don't hate Gurren Lagann. Maybe I should have a F tier for shit that I actually hate. No, I like the 5 out of 5 structure. So I'm going to leave it in C, because I do not hate it. I don't love it. I don't even particularly like it. I do like the final stretch of episodes. I remember I watched it, and the whole time I'm like, man, why did my fucking friend recommend this to me? Like, it's just not hitting. And then the last few episodes were like more my kind of bag. Sorry if you could hear my chair creaking. But I fuck with those last... I think it was like the last 5 episodes that I was like, finally, it's like Dragon Ball Z. It's good. Moving on. This is Link Click. What season of Link Click is this? Where am I? Oh, shit. Uh-oh. That's out of order, clearly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 6. It's 7 things out of order. Wow, I'm accidentally ranking 75 before 82. Whatever. Wait, what season is it? It's Link Click season 2. I'm gonna put that. And haven't seen. I do plan to watch Link Click season 1. It sounds pretty cool. I know the lady here is voiced by Susie Young, and that always makes me heart eyes emoji. But if that's season 2, I'll put in haven't seen. Because what if I watch season 1 and I don't like it? Then this video will exist forever, and people will think that, like, did he ever watch Link Click season 2? And I don't want to lie. Your Lie in April. Oh, let's go. Your Lie. It's been a few years since I watched Your Lie in April. I did love it. I watched this in like 2018, I think. 2018, 2019. I remember the ending like crushing my fucking soul. And I was like, No, but like that's not the real ending. Like they're gonna like say that didn't happen and like do the happy ending. Spoilers. Lamau. Part of me is like, do I like it more than Delicious in Dungeon? I think I do. I've watched this more recently, and I'm more ambivalent towards good and evil on this one. So yeah, I'll leave Your Lie in April in A tier. Maybe if it was fresh on my brain, it could get S. What's next? This is Mushoku Tensei. I think that's how you say that. Is that right? Yeah, Mushoku Tensei Part 2. It's gonna get a fat haven't seen. I think it's an isekai, which is I have a love-hate relationship with isekai anime. I've heard Mushoku Tensei is one of the good ones, but that's not season 1, so I don't want to commit to a will watch part. Made in the Abyss. A lot of Made in the Abyss. I know when I fucking got all the images for this, I noticed there's a fuck ton of Gintama. Which Made in the Abyss is this? Just Made in the Abyss is okay. That's season 1. That can go into the will watch because I do want to watch this one. Actually, you know what? I'm saying I want to. It's mostly because I recognize the characters. What's this shit about? I recognize these two. I don't recognize this thing. The Abyss, a gaping chasm stretching down into the depths of the earth, filled with mysterious creatures and relics from a time long past. How did it come to be? What lies at the bottom? Countless brave individuals known as divers have sought to solve these mysteries of the abyss, fearlessly descending into the darkest realms. The best and the bravest of the divers, the White Whistles, are hailed as legends by those who remain up top. Riko, daughter of the missing White Whistle, Liza the Annihilator. What the fuck? I thought they were like exhibitionists, not fucking Liza the Dark Emperor, King of Nowhere Land. Fuck. Aspires to become like her mother and explore the furthest reaches of the abyss. However, just a novice, Red Whistle herself, she is only permitted to see the top layer. Even so, Riko has a chance encounter with a mysterious robot. What the fuck? With the appearance of an ordinary young boy. She comes to name him Reg. What the fuck? And he has no recollection of the events preceding his discovery. Certain that the technology to create Reg must come from deep within the abyss, the two decide to venture forth into the chasm to recover his memories and see the bottom of a great pit with their own eyes. However, they know not of the harsh reality that is the true existence of the abyss. That sounds pretty fucking cool. So I'm definitely leaving that in Made the Abyss. I wasn't expecting fucking Liza the Annihilator. That sounds like it's from a whole different fucking series. Also, there's robots. Not that weird if there's like a gigantic pit that they have to hop into. But I thought it was like, in my mind, I thought it was like totally just a fantasy series, not a... There's robots in Liza the Annihilator. Jarvis, Google Liza the Annihilator Rule 34. Alright. Next we got Odd Taxi. I actually recently downloaded this on my iPad. That's gonna go to the forefront of Will Watch. Let's do some reorganizing. Actually, Yeah, there we go. Odd Taxi, as far as I know, it's about furries that drive taxis. This is one I heard about word of mouth. I don't remember what it's about, though. Eccentric and blunt, the walrus Hiroshi Odokawa lives a relatively normal life. He drives a taxi for a living, and there he meets a bunch of fucking freaks. The jobless Taichi Kabasawa, who is dead set on going viral. The mysterious nurse Miho Shirakawa, the struggling comedic duo Homo Sapiens, and Dobu, a well-known delinquent. Okay, so it's like an ensemble show about a bunch of furries. I have heard it's goated, so I'll just have to get back to you guys on this one. This is Mushishi, I believe. Mushishi. It's another Will Watch. The problem with me being like, oh yeah, that's half interesting, I'll watch that. A bunch of stuff is probably going to end up in like, I haven't seen this, but I want to. But I think it's about like ghosts or something. That's not what. Never mind. It doesn't matter. I'm not gonna read the description for everything, or I'll be here all night. Look back. Okay. This should be way higher in the top 100. Easy S, one of the best anime movies I've ever fucking seen in my whole life. One of the best manga I've ever read, too. This shit hits different. Fujimoto is Chad himself. I reviewed this in either the January or the February list. I don't remember. Maybe the December list. I don't remember. It doesn't matter. Go watch every single one of my videos, please. Thank you. And also go watch Look Back if you want to watch a good movie. Or you want to watch a great movie. Wait, what number is that? Number 77? That's fucking crazy. Okay, to do a little rant for a second, because, like, looking at it, like, this is, like, the top 12 or something. That's Bleach. That's Bleach, the 1,000-Year Blood War arc. Why is Bleach, the 1,000-Year Blood War arc, in the top 12? I like Bleach. I've loved Bleach since I was, like, 9, maybe 10. But, like, and, like, this is part 1 of 1,000-Year Blood War arc, which has, like, the awesome Yamamoto fight. Okay, I get it. Hype and aura. It's awesome. It's what the children yearn for. But there's no fucking shadow of a chance in hell that the worst arc of Bleach should be in the top 12. And actually, I know at a glance, there's part fucking 2 and there's part 3. So the 3 parts of Bleach that are out of the worst fucking arc. And, like, it has cool animation. And it even has cool fights. And now I'm hyping it up. It has cool shit that wasn't in the manga, because the mangaka was, like, dying when he was writing it. So, like, the manga part of that is really bad. You know, maybe I'm willing to cut it some extra slack because it's the anime, but, like, respectfully, Bleach 1,000-Year Blood War arc is not one of the top 12 anime ever. Well, Look Back is number 77. That's crazy. That's ludicrous. Let's move. Fate Stay Night. Okay, the only Fate Stay Night I ever saw was 2006. And it was not good. Fate Stay Night movie, Heaven's Feel, the third spring song. You know what? Let's hit that in another won't watch. There is some Fate series that I do want to watch, but 2006 was like dog shit. Like, holy shit. It, like, 2006, but it looks like it's from, like, 85. The voice acting was really bad because it was 2006. The animation was really bad because it was 2006. I would be more interested in checking out the modern ones by... Who did them? Ufotable? Maybe? I don't know. I guess I can look. It doesn't say. That's great. Tell Me Your Secrets. Who made it? Aniplex. No, Ufotable. Yeah, I was right. Okay. Ufotable makes beautiful shit, so if it's like a show or a movie by Ufotable, I would be more interested in watching it, but based on just, like, name recognition of, like, hey, Fate 2006 bored me to fucking tears, I'm not watching that shit. I do want to watch the one that's called, like, Fate / Afraka Darkness, Enter the Darkness, whatever the fuck. What is it? What is this? Is this Yaoi? Tianguan Shifuer. English. Heaven's Official Blessing Season 2. This is ranked 74. I've never heard of it in my whole life. Although most gods in the heavenly realm avoid dealing with the forgotten god Jie Lian, Heavenly Emperor Junwu holds him in good graces. Jie Lian's luck is otherwise terrible, and adding to his trouble, the gods seem to suspect that Jie Lian's recent companion was the dreaded ghost king Hua Sheng. Despite what others may think of him, Jie Lian fondly recalls Hua Zhang's promise. The next time they meet, Hua Cheng will appear in his true form. Yeah, I'm gonna put that in won't watch, because that I can't even pretend like I give a shit. Yeah, another fat don't watch. That looks like yaoi, and even if it's not yaoi, it looks like the kind of things that people are like, oh my god, the guys are so sexy, I can't watch it without flicking my bean. This is Princess Mononoke. Let's hard pivot. What is it? Mononoke Hime and Princess Mononoke. I think I've seen very little of Princess Mononoke. I'm torn. You know, fuck, I'm putting in Won't Watch. Every Studio Ghibli movie I've seen is not good, except for Kiki's Delivery Service. And I remember early on, I did my Akira video. I think that was the first anime video I did. Don't watch that one, it's bad. Watch all my other videos, but don't watch that one. And Princess Mononoke, I think, is when people, like, glaze. I mean, they glaze the whole fucking company, but, like, I think, like, Mononoke, Nausicaa, what's the other one? Howl's Moving Castle and like Totoro. Those are the ones that get like max cummage. Those are the ones people are constantly fucking throwing. I will say I really like, I assume that's Mononoke. She looks cool. Giant Wolf thing, that's cool. But on the track record, I also realized that I pivoted what I meant. Where I started a sentence and I just moved on. Like I did, like I thought I fucking finished it. One of my first videos was about Akira. My next video that I had planned was a double feature of me reviewing Spirited Away and Kiki's Delivery Service, because those are two childhood movies of mine that my sister loved. And, or I know my cousins loved Spirited Away. I don't know what my sister did. My sister did love Kiki's, so I watched both of those a lot. I remember as a kid thinking Spirited Away was goated, so I was like, I can't wait to like rewatch Spirited Away. And then I rewatched Spirited Away, and it's stinky butt shit. Like, it fucking sucks. There's a scene, a through line of the movie is that there's a character that's like, I don't remember my name. So he's like, everyone just calls me Haku. And then the end of the movie, he's like, little girl, I remember my name. It's Kohaku. And I literally like wanted to like slam my laptop shut and throw it outside. Because like, what do you mean? What do you mean your name is... I didn't know my name was fucking Kohaku. I just knew it was Haku. Like, what, bro? I didn't know my name was Joseph. I thought it was just Joe. I didn't know my name was Jonathan. I thought it was just John. Oh my god. Who wrote this shit? No, seriously. And people are like, Spirited Away is the best movie ever. Did we watch the same fucking movie? Did we? Because I think I actually watched it, and it's bad. Especially because, like... I'm ranting, I'm raving. Spirited Away, like, it starts off like, this is gonna be so awesome. This little girl, her parents get fucking mystically transformed into pigs that can't stop eating slop, and now she has to go into the spirit realm to save them. But then she just works at a bathhouse, and it's not interesting even a little bit. And then Kohaku happens, and I'm like slamming my knees like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Why is the movie I watched after this, Kiki's Delivery Service, which is about a witch that delivers mail, better? Why is that better? It doesn't sound better at all on paper. What is the world coming to? But no one can disagree with me because they haven't seen Kiki's Delivery Service. They'll just keep glazing Spirited Away. Anyway, I'm gonna, as you can see, I'm very passionate about being Opa Contrarian style and not liking Studio Ghibli, because Kiki's Delivery Service is the only one I've watched that's actually good. I think Spirited Away's dog shit. I thought Ponyo was fucking boring. I thought Totoro was bad too. And then, yeah, those are the ones I've seen. So, like, you know, maybe someone would have to be like, hey man, we're hanging out and we're watching Mononoke, and I'm like, pass the fucking vodka, because I can't do this shit sober, please. Let's move on. What is it? I think this is another Studio Ghibli movie. It goes on another rant. I have to look. I don't recognize this fucking homunculus. Oh, that's Howl's Moving Castle. Where's Howl? Show a picture of Howl. Won't watch. You can't make me. You can't force me. Hajime no Ippo. Unlike the other ones that I'm like, oh, it's seasons. I think this is the older version and this is a newer version. Is there another one? Hang on. I thought I saw... Yeah. No, I'm going in order. Wait. No, this is Ashita no Joe. I'm getting ahead of myself. Yeah, that's a will watch because fighting, boxing, good. Studio Ghibli, bad. This is Violet Evergarden. Oh, it's a show, okay. Violet Evergarden's that's a will watch. I remember watching the trailer for this on Netflix years ago, and I was like, I gotta watch that. And then I didn't because I'm me. I don't remember what it's about. I just remember thinking it looked like it would maybe make me cry. And I'm not going to read the description to verify that. Also, whoops, I almost closed the fucking list. That would have been devastating. Looks like I did Violet Evergarden before Bleach Part 3. Bleach Part 3 I have not watched yet. Well, that's going to... I like Bleach. That'll go to the top, because I have that downloaded on my iPad. I'm going to watch that soon, ideally. Do I think it's going to be one of the top 100 anime ever made? No. It's fucking Bleach. It's the worst arc of Bleach, goddammit. Then we got Great Teacher Onizuka. It's a will watch. What's this about again? 22-year-old Eikichi Onizuka, ex-biker gang leader, conqueror of Shonan, and a virgin, okay, has a dream to become the greatest high schooler and teacher in all of Japan. I don't think I needed to know that he hasn't had sex. That's fine. It's fine if he hasn't had sex. He's this awesome biker leader who doesn't fuck. Okay? Cool. This isn't because of a passion for teaching, but because he wants a loving teenage wife. What the fuck? What the fuck? Hang on. No, I read that wrong, right? 22-year-old Eikichi Onizuka, ex-biker gang leader, conqueror of Shonan, and virgin, has a dream to become the greatest high school teacher in all of Japan. This isn't because of a passion for teaching, but because he wants a loving teenage wife when he's old and gray. So he's playing the long game of pedophilia? He's like, I'm 22-year-old right now, but when I'm old and gray, which, you have to assume is in like 40 years after being 20, he wants a child bride. Still, for a perverted, greedy, and lazy delinquent, there's more to Onizuka than meets the eye. So when he lands a job as the homeroom teacher of Class 3-4 at the prestigious Holy Forest Academy, despite suplexing the vice principal, all of his talents are put to the test as this class is particularly infamous. Due to their utter contempt for all the teachers, my cat's screaming, the class students use psychological warfare to mentally break any new homeroom teacher they get, forcing them to quit and leave the school. However, Onizuka isn't your average teacher, and he's ready for any challenge in his way. Bullying, sewer slide, and harassment are just a few of the issues his students face daily. By tackling the roots of their problems, Onizuka supports them with his unpredictable and unconventional methods, even if it means jumping off a building to save a sewer slide-all child. Thanks to his eccentric charm and fun-loving nature, Class 3-4 slowly learns just how enjoyable school can be when your teacher is in love with kids. That's not what it says. But what the fuck? I remember, seeing a trailer, because they added that shit to Netflix. Where'd it go? See, I instantly put it in Will Watch, because off the trailer to Netflix, I was like, hey, that looks like it could be funny. Now that I know what it's actually about, holy shit. What do you mean? What do you mean? When he's a 60-year-old man, he wants to marry a teenager. I hope he dies. What the fuck? Great teacher Onizuka. Not so great, actually. He actually sucks. He's actually the worst. What the fuck? Hang on. Also, number 68 of the best anime all time is about, child essay. Let's go. Surely by the end of how long was it? 40 episodes? Surely by episode 43, he learns the errors of his way and settles down with an adult woman, right? Right, guys? Right? We all think that's what happens, right? He doesn't get a child bride. Holy shit. This is one of the Baka Monogatari shows. What is it? Monogatari series off in Monster season. That's gonna go in Haven't Seen. I've been aware of the Monogatari series my whole fucking life, I think. Or at least ever since I was a kid and had, unsupervised internet access. And I don't really know anything about it. I have a friend that, loves it. She has, a bunch of figures of these characters. I think of this character with the pigtails and the back. But I don't know shit about it. I'm not going to read the description for that one. This is, a newer season, I think. Yeah, from last year, so if I was going to watch Monogatari, I would start with whatever season 1 is. This looks like the yaoi thing again, so let's slap that in won't watch, because I like women and don't jork it to Chinese yaoi dudes. This looks like, I'm going to assume this is another season of Mushishi Zoku Show. Let's put that on. I haven't seen. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know a single thing. Oh yeah. So, along with Bleach, there's a bunch of stuff in here that's, recency bias. Like Orb. Where is it? Oh. I'm doing 60 before a bunch of other shit, apparently. So, this is called something that I don't want to pronounce this. I don't want to read. Orb on the Movements of Earth. I see this every time I open Netflix, because it's, new. I see a bunch of people glazing it. I don't know what it's about, and I'm not going to read it. I'm just going to put it in Haven't Seen. I'm not, I'm ambivalent towards it. Like, I'm not like rushing to watch whatever that is. To judge a book by its cover, this looks lame as shit. To judge a book off its name, it sounds lame as shit. But people love it. So maybe one day, if I'm like scrolling Twitter or Reddit, it'll be like, awesome scene from Orb, Movements of the Earth. And I'll be like, yo, that looks epic. My lizard brain needs to watch that shit. Code Geass. I've always meant to watch Code Geass. I've seen a few episodes of this. One time when I was hanging out with my buddies Jesse and Travis. Shut up. That cringe. And I remember the whole time I just kept talking about how fucking ugly it is, because it's from a while ago. Code Geass, 2006 to 2007. It's only 25 episodes. I do know there's multiple seasons or shows or whatever. Like, it's a franchise. But if you've ever seen the Soup Store meme, that's what Code Geass is. That's like a abridged parody thing. I know Lelouch, the guy up front, he like can control people with his mind or something like that. I'm fuzzy on the details, but man, Will Watch is expanding. We got Bleach Part 2. I have seen this one. It fucking sucked. What happens in Bleach Part 2? Bleach Part 1 was the best one I've watched so far. I only watched Part 1 and Part 2. Should I give it C? A lot of love in C tier. Do I give it B tier? I'll give it B tier. I think B tier. Not fuck. I think Bleach Part 2 actually does have some of my favorite moments of that whole arc. Like Part 1 and Part 2 would, and then I don't know what's in Part 3, and Part 4 will probably, I mean, hopefully the anime makes it better, but I remember not liking that. Like, I keep shitting on Thousand Year Blood War, but really, it's like mostly the ending that's really bad. But like, the beginning was like enjoyable enough as a shonen tard. Let's keep it moving. What the fuck is this? What is this? Holy shit. What do we got? What's it called? Descending Stories Showa Genroku Rakugo Shinju. It's got a prequel. Even after having risen to the utmost rank of Shinichi, Rakugo, I think a really good manga that's running right now is called Akane Banashi, which I think is about Rakugo, where it's like you're one person doing like a one-man show and you like don't move from one spot. I'm sorry, I'm not reading out loud. Huh. I'll put that in, well, I don't want to put it in Will Watch because I'm not committed. I'll put it in Haven't Seen. Although, maybe Rakugo's based. Akane Banashi is a really, really good read. But maybe not everything that's about Rakugo is amazing. That's maybe a silly assumption to make. We got a Rurouni Kenshin thing. What is this? Rurouni Kenshin Meiji Kenkaku Romantan. I thought this one was just called Samurai X. Maybe that's the English like translated title. Samurai X Trust and Betrayal. Okay. Yeah. So this is just like the prequel to Rurouni Kenshin, which I reviewed in my anime list video. I'll put that in Will Watch. That's more tentative of like I'm not rushing to watch the Rurouni Kenshin prequel. I think they do a pretty good job of like telling you his whole past, the whole goddamn like show. But you know, I like Rurouni Kenshin enough that I would go watch that. We got Mob Psycho. Which Mob Psycho is this? Oh. Looks like I skipped 86 Part 2. Where is that? Yeah. I don't know what 86 Part 2 is, so let's just put in Haven't Seen. Don't know what it's about at all. Shit, where'd Mob go? Alright. What, Mob Psycho 3? Mob Psycho's fucking the best, man. You gotta watch Mob Psycho, please. Please, like what I like. I'm so insecure. Yeah, I think if I was ranking all 3 Mob Psycho seasons, I would do like season 1A, 2 and 3S. But like, it's by like such a thin line of like, they're really all S. Mob Psycho 3, I remember people complaining that the main kid got a new voice actor because of like union rules or something, and I think another main character also got recast. I will say, whoever they got really sounds exactly the same, like, and did as an equally as good job. Like, you're not like, maybe some people really care. I don't, is what I'm getting at. Like, it's totally fine, and that's in English. I assume Japan, it's the same guy throughout. I don't know. I don't remember. I actually have seen Mob Psycho all the way through in both English and Japanese, but I don't remember because when I watched it in Japanese, that was years ago as it was airing. Although I'd say that it's probably not that long ago. It was only a couple years ago. But the English dub I watched like last year. So Sound Euphonium, I think, is what this is. Where is it? I'm skipping shit again. God damn it. Yeah, Sound Euphonium 3. Let's throw that in. Haven't seen. I don't know anything about Sound Euphonium. It's got a fucking trumpet. I assume it's about music. I know on YouTube there's like, they got some like anime movies for free, and like actually like for free, not like people just like posted them. And so I put it in my watch later. I think an earlier movie, not like the third one, but I'm not rushing to watch it because, you know, it's just not like in my realm of interest to be like, I gotta see what this chick with the saxophone, what her story is. Mushishi, haven't seen. Did I put the other Mushishi in here? Will watch. Am I blind? Yeah, I am blind. Oh, it's because it's not his whole face. Kingdom. I've never watched Kingdom. I would always see it allegedly on the anime piracy sites. Now, I'll put that in haven't seen. I kind of hate the way the characters are designed. Like, I think they're ugly as shit. I don't even know what Kingdom's about. Kingdom, 5th season. 5th season of Kingdom. That's really awesome, dude. You know what? Now that I've read that it's the 5th season of Kingdom, I'm going to watch the whole thing. But I would see the box art and I'd be like, damn, that's ugly as shit. This is Demon Slayer Season 2. So, Demon Slayer Season 2. Fuck. Because, realistically, I'm struggling, folks. Because in my heart of hearts, as a manga enjoyer, I like Bleach more. I do remember this season of Demon Slayer more than I remember Delicious in Dungeon, or that part of Bleach. Even though I watched that part of Bleach more recently than I watched Demon Slayer, I think. I do think that this was... I think Season 2 and Season 3 of Demon Slayer are both so fucking good. I'll give it A tier. I think that's fair. Because I don't like Delicious in Dungeon as much as everyone else. And maybe... I'm struggling. Because part of me... No. You gotta live by the list. You gotta die by the list. God damn it. I'll change my mind later. The first Slam Dunk. Now, I liked this movie. I don't know anything about Slam Dunk. Realistically, I'm not putting it in detail. It's just sitting there. I liked this movie. Don't really know anything about Slam Dunk. It's kind of like a prequel, I think. Slam Dunk's old. I think Slam Dunk is as old as Dragon Ball. Now, I think the movie did its job where, like, as a newcomer, it made me want to go watch real Slam Dunk. Now, maybe I'll put Slam Dunk at the front of C, because I definitely didn't like it as much as these. Yeah, that seems right. Link Click. What Link Click is this? Season 1. Okay, so that's going to go in Will Watch. Because I have that actively, like, on the ready. One Piece. Really? One Piece is only number 51. That's crazy. Bleach fucking 1,000 Year Blood War Part 1 is the 12th best anime ever made, but One Piece? Nah, dude, it's only the fucking halfway point. Okay. I'm gonna restructure these. Yeah, this is right. One Piece is a childhood love of mine. I've loved One Piece since I was a fucking toddler. I do have my issues with the anime that I'm sure other people do, but like, I know in my MyAnimeList account, if you go look at like One Piece or Dragon Ball or like Naruto, I think I gave all of those 10s. Even though I don't really think they're like 10 out of 10 masterpieces. I do think the Dragon Ball manga is. I haven't seen the anime since I was a little boy. But, I saw it and I was like, I love Dragon Ball. Eats popcorn with my hands. And then I gave it a 10. But One Piece, especially now, One Piece is so good. Like, there's parts of One Piece for years that sucked cock. Like, Fishman Island through Dressrosa is definitely, like, a black spot on the series. Fishman Island and Punk Hazard, not the best story-wise, but animation-wise, they're also ugly. And then Dressrosa is a good story that they added, like, an extra fucking 100 episodes to for no goddamn reason. And it's ugly as shit. That's when Gear 4 Luffy happens, and they made it fucking ugly. But then after that, you hit Whole Cake Island, and it's smooth sailing, where Whole Cake Island looks like old One Piece did, like good again. Its pacing was more or less fixed. Then you hit Wano, and Wano's long as shit, but goddamn is it pretty, and hype and aura. Hype and aura, the kids yearn for hype and aura. And then Egghead, where every fucking frame is like S-tier goated. End of the story, it's S-tier. It would never not be S-tier. If Quinncluded make a ranking the top 100 My Anime List video, and One Piece was an S-tier, he's been replaced by an automaton clone. Anyway, I have to go to the previous 50. Oh, no spoilers, no spoilers, no spoilers. You don't see this. Looks like the next thing's Kingdom again. Oh, yeah. Kingdom, haven't seen, like I said. This looks ugly as shit, but this looks awesome. If I saw just this poster, I would be like, yeah, I'm watching that shit for real. You got Kaguya. I think there's the Kaguya movie. Or, like, I will watch this. Is that the Kaguya movie? Let me look. Yeah, movie. Ashita no Joe. I think I'll put this in Will Watch, because it's kind of like the same vibes as a Hajime no Ippo, where it's like, hey, boxing, fun. Like if I'm going to watch... No, that's not true. I was like, if I'm going to watch a sports anime, I want it to be a fighting, but I watch fucking Haikyuu. I'm a liar. I'm lying to you. But, I definitely, like... What is the word I'm trying to think of? My cat's screaming. He's moaning and groaning. Chungus, please. I'm doing a video, Chungus. If I was a real YouTuber, I would edit this out, but I'm not. It's about a guy fighting, and I like that. It's 6 a.m. and I haven't slept. Why am I doing this video? What is it, Cowboy Bebop? So this is an interesting one where it's like, it is in Will Watch. I've always meant to watch Cowboy Bebop. I think I've seen 3 episodes of Cowboy Bebop. If I'm going to give my opinion based off those 3 episodes, Cowboy Bebop is fucking boring. And I don't know how it's a lot of people's number 1 favorite. Like, but to hike up my anime watcher pants. A lot of people that say Cowboy Bebop is their number 1 most watched favorite, beloved Borsalino anime, they haven't watched a lot of other anime. Now, that being said, I don't want to fully judge it because I only watched 3 episodes. Those 3 episodes were awful. But, Spike's People is voiced by Steve Bloom, who's awesome. I love that screenshot where he's like, I love the kind of woman who could kick my ass. Funny screenshot. The dog's lovable. It's got a very iconic look, feel, cast, whatever. So I do plan on watching it, but I'm not happy about it, goddammit. The Dangers in My Heart, I think that's season 2. Oh, yeah, Danger in My Heart season 2. I'll put that I haven't seen. I do, I'm deeply lonely, so I am always looking for new romance to, like, self-insert and be like, wow, what if a girl liked me? Yeah, right. But I think that's on High Dive. But I've been planning to watch season 1 of that. There's another Bakemonogatari. Could a tall girl really love a manlet like me? Then we got Jujutsu season 2. Alright, we got the first fucking D tier. I hate Jujutsu Kaisen, and if you like it, I hate you. I'm serious. I'm not. There's no more jokes. Jujutsu Kaisen is not well written. Hype and aura is not enough for me to propel it to the higher ranks like the fucking bad season of Bleach. The best scene in this season is when they beat up, what's the character's name? The guy that's covered in stitches. I forget his name. Because everything about the whole show and series is completely forgettable because it's bad. I'm serious. Or when Itadori fights the grasshopper. That scene's goated. I like the grasshopper guy. Top 10 anime characters. Quinncluded's top 10 anime characters. I like the guy that's a grasshopper from Jujutsu Kaisen. End of list. Alright, let's move on. I don't wanna... I'm not awake enough to scream and bitch and moan about fucking Jujutsu Kaisen ever again. And by ever again, I mean get ready for when Season 3 drops. Season 3 drops, and my diaper fills right back up. And they're like, wow, he's being a real baby about this. Why doesn't he just move on? He could just not watch Season 3. He could just not engage in art whatever. I'm losing my shit. I gotta move on. This is Attack on Titan final season. That's a will watch, even though it's a future season. Ooh, Bochi. I've seen a lot of quote-unquote fan art of Bochi on my Twitter. So move that. Really want to watch. I haven't... I liked that earlier. I was like, I gotta organize this, and then I haven't done it since. But Bochi's high on my... I have Bochi downloaded on my iPad right now. I'll watch it after I watch this video. I won't. I think there's another Haikyuu movie. Where did I put the other one? Did I rank it? Yeah, I did. So I think this is what I was talking about. Where... Yeah, because this guy is like the guy. So... I'm going to put this in... Is B tier too high? Because I don't love... B tier... I know B tier is not that high, but... Let's put it in C tier. Because it has my favorite moment of the show that I did watch. But... You know... C tier's crazy. What is this? Vinland Saga. Okay, that's... We'll watch on like word of mouth of like people say it's really good. What's Vinland? Whoops. A bunch of porn tabs open. No! What is Vinland Saga? What is it about? Young Thorfinn. Oh, that's what Thorfinn is from. Grew up listening to the stories of old sailors that had traveled the ocean and reached the place of legend Vinland. Said to be warm and fertile. What, bro? A place where there would be no need for fighting. Not at all like the frozen village in Iceland where he's born. And certainly not like his current life as a mercenary. War is his home now. Though his father once told him, you have no enemies. Nobody does. There is nobody who it's okay to hurt. Okay, pussy. As he grew, Thorfinn knew that nothing was further from the truth. The war between England and the Danes grows worse with each passing year. Death has become commonplace, and the Viking mercenaries are loving every moment of it. Allying with either side will cause a massive swing in the balance of power, and the Vikings are happy to make names for themselves and take any spoils they earn along the way. Among the chaos, Thorfinn must take his revenge and kill Askeladd. Alright. The man who murdered his father. Good, he was a little beta. He deserved it. The only paradise for Viking, it seems, is a... Yeah, okay, that sounds less good than the way people describe it, but I'll still put it in Will Watch. Ooh, yeah, let's go. Spirited Away. Realistically, when I made an F tier, I should, Spirited Away tier, because it's... God, look at it. I had this on, like, VHS, and it was, like, this shot of what's her name? These pigs weren't there. If these pigs were there, I would have been like, this movie, I don't want to watch this. Mom, get it away from me. Burn the VHS. What is this? This is Attack on Titan? Shingeki no Kyojin, the final season. Okay, that's another will watch. I promise you'll get the Attack on Titan reviews one day. You will. Mob Psycho. Alright, let's quickly move this up to S tier. And what season is it? Season 2. Okay. Okay, yeah. It could even maybe edge out Look Back. I love Season 2. I'm running out of stuff. I think this is Bakemonogatari again. I think. Kizu Monogatari, yeah. Okay. Earlier I was going to just slap this into Will Watch with these guys. Because, if I'm going to watch one of them, I'm going to watch them all. Just like Attack on Titan. But, what Gintama is this? Oh shit. I skipped Solo Leveling because it's all the way down here for some reason. Well, now we face a conundrum, folks, because I like Solo Leveling a little bit. I don't love it. I don't hate it. It's fine. Its animation definitely carries it, but fuck it. B tier. I liked it more than basically everything. Like, maybe I could, like, explain it in my brain to be like, Slam Dunk is just as good, so move that up. But I'm not going to do that. Alright, what Gintama is this? Gintama Shirogane no Tamashi 2018, so it's not one of the ones I have seen. I've seen... Why is it here twice? Shit! No! Let's just put them together, I guess. But I've only seen not a full season of Gintama, but that's what I mean. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 times Gintama is in here. So, and I like, my first exposure to Gintama was when he would be in, if you know the video game Jump Force, they did like earlier iterations of Jump Force on like the DS and shit, and he would be in those. But I remember in 2017, I was a fan of the YouTube channel Team 4-Star, and they had a side channel called 4-Star Bento, and they did a show called Anime FMK, Fuck, Marry, Kill, where they would watch the anime of the season, and then every week they would be like, gonna keep on fucking this show, which meant they kept watching, and then they would kill a show if they wanted to not watch it, and then at the end of the season they would marry a show. One of those shows was one of the Gintama seasons. I don't think it's in the top 100, which, I guess the top 100 can only get fucking like 8 slots from Gintama, but yeah, I lost my train of thought again. Vinland, I'll throw Vinland Saga I haven't seen, but Gintama is one where I want to watch it. I actually saw a clip of Gintama earlier tonight that was very funny. So I know that some things, like I think this one is Gintama the very final, where like that is Gintama is like sometimes a gag series, but then sometimes like an awesome battle shonen. So I do want to check it out because that's like right up my Dragon Ball Love and Alley, and what I watched in 2017. 2017 era Quinncluded liked what he saw, but also, I mean, if there's so many series, that means there's so much Gintama. I wonder how long it's been running. Probably very, very long. Okay, this is the Apothecary. This is also what I mean of like recency bias of. There's the Apothecary Diaries, which I think aired last year, and then this is season 2, which aired. It only like finished airing like 2 weeks ago, but it's in the top 100 anime ever made. Trust. That's season 1. I'm putting in Will Watch because it sounds intriguing. You hear nothing but good things. Season 2, I'll just do right now. Still haven't seen. I'm not committing. Maybe I'll hate it. Right? Like, what if it sucks cock? Kingdom, haven't seen. There's another Monogatari I'm speedrunning. He's not explaining anything about how he feels anymore. We got Your Name. I remember, dude, my little cuck ass contrarian heard how good Your Name was, and slap Your Name there. I kept hearing people talk about how fucking good Your Name was, so obviously my gut reaction is to be like, Your Name fucking sucks. Other people like it, and I've never watched it. It's shit. Because that's a mature response to have. But then I watched it, and the end of the movie makes me fucking cry every time, and I'm like, oh fuck, they got me. They put the mind control that makes you love Your Name in my brain. But yeah, definitely, because I don't watch that many anime movies. I watch shows way more. But so, maybe take that as a testament to how good Look Back and Your Name are. Let's keep on trucking. This is an Attack on Titan thing. Will Watch is so big. I want to watch so much. This is a Violet Evergarden thing. I don't know. Another Attack on Titan. How many more Attack on Titans are there? I'll just slap them all fucking in there. It's easy that way. Because I'm going to watch it. I'm not lying. Monster. I don't know. Let me read what Monster is before I commit. The only thing I know about Monster that I found out recently was that the guy that did Monster also did 20th Century Boys and Pluto, which 20th Century Boys and Pluto is something my buddy Travis recommended me. And, I definitely told him, like, oh, I'll get right on checking it out. And then I didn't, because I'm a liar. I gotta take a drink. I'm yapping too much. I'm losing my voice. which is good because I'm going to go to sleep right after I finish this. And I'll just have a new voice tomorrow. Dr. Kenzo Tenma, an elite neurosurgeon recently engaged to his hospital director's daughter, is well on his way to ascending the hospital hierarchy. That is until one night, a seemingly small event changes Dr. Tenma's life forever. While preparing to perform a surgery on someone, he gets a call from the hospital director telling him to switch patients and instead perform life-saving brain surgery on a famous performer. His fellow doctor's fiancé and the hospital director applaud his accomplishment, but because of the switch, a poor immigrant worker is dead, causing Dr. Tenma to have a crisis of conscience. That sounds fucking awesome. This sounds really good. So when a similar situation arises, Dr. Tenma stands his ground and chooses to perform surgery on the young boy, Johann Liebert. Oh, I've heard of this guy. People always bring him up when they talk about, like, goated anime villains. Instead of the town's mayor. Unfortunately, this choice leads to a serious ramifications for Dr. Tenma, losing his social standing being one of them. However, with the mysterious death of the director and the two other doctors, Dr. Tenma's position is restored, with no evidence to convict him. He is released and goes on to attain the position of the hospital director. 9 years later, when Tenma saves the life of a criminal, his past comes back to haunt him. Once again, he comes face to face with the monster he operated on. Oh, is Johann Liebert like a murderer? Like he kills those people? That sounds really good. Holy shit. That synopsis was cooking, bro. I'm serious. Or is it? That's going in Will Watch. That moved me. That's going high in Will Watch. I gotta watch that shit like yesterday. This is a Gintama. Maybe I executive decision just move all the Gintama that I haven't seen, because I know when I looked it up, when I was grabbing these images, I knew that none of them were the ones that I had seen. More Gintama. I just fucking cut out so much by doing that. Code Geass, I haven't seen, because I already said I would watch the other one, and then... Wait, what is this? I don't know how many things I just cut, to be honest. Three Gatsu no Lion second season. What is it actually called? Oh, March Comes On Like a Lion. Okay, I've heard of this. I recognize the kid on the box. Now in his second year of high school, Rei Kiriyama continues pushing through his struggles in the shogi. Let's go shogi. So it's, borderline a sports anime. His loneliness shell slowly begins to crack. He meets three sisters who become like family to him. That sounds pretty good. Doesn't seem like season 1 is in these images, so I guess I kind of want to watch it based on the description, but I'll even haven't seen based on my like additional seasons kind of self-imposed rule. A silent voice, that's a Will Watch. That's high on Will Watch. I'll put that after Monster. This is a kind of the same boat as Your Name, except when I heard it was really good, I didn't go like, I hate it. If you like silent voice, you suck. I was like, oh, it's really good? Okay, I should check that out. I'm growing and maturing as a human. I think it's about, like, she's deaf, and he, like, bullies her, but then he's like, oh, actually, I love you. I'm making that up. I'm not going to read the actual description. Holy shit. Clannad After Story. What is this? Is it a sequel, or is this actually Clannad? Prequel, yeah, okay. I remember people would make fun of Clannad because of, like, how big these characters' eyes are. Like, they're like, oh, look at them. They're homunculus creatures. I've never watched Clannad, so I won't. I'll put that in Won't Watch. Although everything else in Won't Watch, I'll put in haven't seen. Because everything else in Won't Watch is more like I had like a visceral reaction from me of like, this sounds like shit. Didn't like Fate Stay I'm not gay, so I won't watch Yaoi. Fuck Studio Ghibli, and this guy loves kids. So, Fruits Basket final season. I think this one's called. There's a Will Watch. When I was a little boy, I watched Fruits Basket, the original from like 2006, and really liked it. I think it was one of the first times I ever decided to watch romance anime. But Fruits Basket never got renewed, or like maybe the manga was still going. From what I heard at the time, the original series is a bunch of like filler made up shit. So this remake is like, the actual faithful plot. So I do need to go watch that. From my friend Hannah, she said it was pretty good from what I remember. If she didn't say that, sorry, Hannah, I'm putting words in your mouth. Next we got Kaguya Season 1, I think. I think. Yeah. Yes? Ultra Romantic. I don't remember being called that, but, that's Will Watch. Where to go? Oh, shit, where to go? Oh, yeah, okay, I did make it a Will Watch. I missed a Gintama. Or did I? Why do these two look exactly the same, but this one's like epic? That's interesting. I don't know what this one is. I think it's Legend of the Galactic Heroes. Ginga Iyu Denesu. What's it called? Is it Legend? Legend of the Galactic Heroes. Yeah, okay. It's pretty cool that, like, among, like, me being like, there's a bunch of recency bias. Look at Apothecary Diaries. That, like, something so old could be there. I have no interest in watching it because it's so old, but also it's like sci-fi, which isn't like one of my go-to genres. So I'm like, I remember in that same anime FMK era, I think there was a remake of Legend of Galactic Heroes. I don't think I actually watched any of it though. And then, unfortunately, after all my fucking bitching and moaning of Bleach, should I put it A tier? The Genryu Yamamoto fight is so fucking awesome, but it's definitely maybe top of B. A is looking really light though. I either love shit or I hate it. Like, is that fight in particular worth enough to like boost the rank? I don't know. Did part 1 have Memories in the Arena, or was that part 2? Maybe he'll do this. Yeah. Okay. Before I rank the rest, I'll do Steins Gate, because it's the only one I haven't seen. Although, put that in Will Watch. I got a big fucking backlog, apparently. I know Steins Gate is one of my buddy Malik, one of his favorites. I've always meant to watch it. I remember, when did Steins Gate come out? Where is it? Oh, it's number 3. 2011. That seems later than I thought it was. But I remember, being a kid, and I would constantly hear about how fucking awesome Steins Gate is. I know it's also a game, and I was like, maybe I'll just buy it on my PlayStation Vita. I haven't done that, but, I will watch it, just based on, like, word of mouth about how awesome it is. I will say, Malik, he's told me his 2 favorite shows, anime and style, were Steins Gate and No Game No Life, and I have seen No Game No Life, and I hated that. So, if I'm to trust Malik's word, that scoundrel, I'll hate Steins Gate. But, no, ideally it's good, right? Right. So what's crazy, what's absolutely batshit, is that I'm gonna bust it down. I'm gonna be fucking wet and wild. Literally everything left, it's S tier, which, shout out to when I was like, S tier has to be special, but like, come on, it's the top 100 anime, it's a lot of it's good. Alright, I actually want to arrange this. Maybe I'll do like One Piece fan letter. Shit. This is so hard. This is why my fucking friend Andrew always likes to be like, what's your top? And then he'll ask me a question. I'm like, I don't know. I don't think about shit like that. I just know what the best shit is. But I'm not, like, actively, like, numbering it. So, like, One Piece... One Piece is number 1 of these, I think. Like, obviously, objectively, if you looked at all of them, that's probably not true. But, like, if this was the One Piece manga, yes. And then, like, One Piece fan letter brought me to tears. So did Frieren, so did Look Back, so did Mob Psycho, so did Your Name. I think these 3 are the only 3 that didn't make me fucking cry. So I guess they do belong over here. But Hunter x Hunter is like, if I was like, oh, these are the best shonen, it would be like One Piece, Fullmetal Alchemist, and Hunter x Hunter. So they do belong in the S tier spot. I guess Frieren too, if you like wanted to include that in the conversation. I don't know how other people would, but because it definitely is cool action. I don't know if I want Mob Psycho Season 1 isn't in the top 100. That's fucking crazy, by the way. Because it's just as good as, like, It's like a little worse, but like not worse. It's just not as good as season 2 and 3. But like I said, if it were here, it would be an A. But how many is this? 3, 6. Oh, I got like a whole top 10. That's crazy. W. I mean, I planned that. I plan everything meticulously, down to the last detail. But I don't really. Where do I begin? What did I put here first? I put fan letter here first. Fan letter. You know what? Fan letter and free run, I think, were in the same video. I did a like 2024 end of year check in. So just go watch that because I hard super glazed these like for like 15 minutes each. I think Look Back was in that video too, actually. So like, if you want to hear me fucking like go crazy about these three, just go watch that video because I'm not gonna do it again now because I'm rapidly trying to end this video. But Hunter x Hunter, I remember watching when I had to repeat my final year of high school, but all my friends had fucking gone to college and I was alone. And I also had to go back to a school that I hated. So, but I would have time where I would not be in class. And I would go to the library and I would watch Hunter x Hunter. And it would make me not want to jump off the roof. So that was cool. And I remember Full Metal Alchemist is just like Your Name, where growing up I would hear people talk about how good Full Metal Alchemist is. And I was like, because you said that, I hate it. I'm a baby and I hate it. And then I actually watched it in, I think, the 9th grade. Well, first I watched Full Metal Alchemist 2003, which I remember not liking. And I was like, first I felt vindicated. I was like, Full Metal Alchemist 2003 is not good? What are you guys talking about? I knew I was right. My penis is oh so large. And then I watched Brotherhood, and I was like, oh shit, this is the one that's based on the actual manga and the real story? Fuck, and this shit's good. Oh, fuck. They were right, and I was wrong. What can you do? So, yeah. That was me ranking the top 100 anime from my anime list. Which kind of works as, like, me sunsetting. Like, I'm still going to do ranking anime videos. Or, like, reviews, I should say. But I'm moving on from my anime list, and I'm just using AnyList. Because I found out that my anime list sold themselves to a, like, cryptocurrency AI fucking conglomerate. And I don't want to go rank Freerun Season 2 11 out of 10 and have my phone be mined for Bitcoin. So, yeah. Going forward, it'll be AnyList reviews and not my anime list. Yeah, I guess I'll very quickly do the top ones. We got One Piece, we got Freerun, One Piece Fan Letter, Look Back, Mob Psycho Season 2 and 3, Season 1 should also be here, Your Name, The Disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya, Hunter x Hunter, and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood are the top 10, for me, of the top 100 anime. 51 for One Piece is crazy, 12 is crazy for Bleach. If we learn anything from that, please take that away. As always, I'm really bad at ending videos. I think maybe, what was I? Oh, again, going back to my gay boyfriend Andrew, he wants, he always asks like, "What's your favorite blank?" And he's watching One Piece right now, and I love One Piece, and he was like, "Well, how would you rank the arcs?" So maybe, if I'm ever in need to do more slop content, I'll rank. Fuck it, I'll rank them all. I'll rank the One Piece arcs. I'll rank the Bleach arcs. I'll rank the Naruto arcs. I'll go crazy. I need a video every week to fight the YouTube algorithm. All right, I'm yapping. Thank you for watching. I don't know how long this fucking video was. I assume a long time because I started filming. It's about to turn 7 a.m. It's light outside. It was still dark outside when I started filming. Whatever. That's the end of this one. Holy shit. Thank you for watching. Oppa, like, comment, and subscribe. See you in the next one. Whatever the next one may be. I think next time I'll be doing the anime world Wordle shit. Probably not another tier list video right away. You gotta space them out to leave the people wanting. Alright. Thanks for watching.